All right, February 17th with another 5 a.m. reflection. Today was pretty good. Today I started out with a run, and I think that really helped because I think last time I made a video, I was talking about how it was hard for me to focus. It was hard for me to be present. A part of the whole process, waking up early and stuff, I was like losing a bit of the specialness to it. And I think part of that might have just been like me having a hard time like being awake. But when I went out for a run today, it really helped my mind to wake up. It helped me to feel present with the Lord and not to be distracted by everything else because I could barely breathe. So a lot of it was just focused on breathing and being present. And I would like run and then walk and then run. And that was really nice. So that definitely helps. But then I came back and I started to read, and I'm reading through Thessalonians now, and just encouraging because I felt pretty challenged to look at how Paul was writing to this church. And Paul was writing to this church from a point of explaining concern, but no longer concerned. He was basically saying like how he was concerned that they would abandon their faith, that the devil was going to get to them, and that he was going to tempt them, and that all the work that Paul had put in would be in vain for this church, that they would abandon their faith because of the difficulties, the trials and tribulations that they would endure. However, what he finds out after sending Timothy is that that wasn't the case, that actually they were encouraged, they were still welcoming of Paul and all the other apostles, and wanted them to come and visit him again. And just this letter of encouragement, this prayer that he prays over them, he says, may the Lord make you increase and abound in love for one another and for all, as we do for you, so that he may establish your hearts blameless and in holiness before our God and Father at the coming of our Lord Jesus with all the saints. And I just think about that. I think the question that comes to my mind is, who is it that you need to encourage today? Who is it that I need to encourage today in the faith? Knowing that encouragement in faith is what helps to tend the soil and the foundation that we have in our faith. Sometimes maybe we're going and walking in our faith, and there's those of us who are really early on in our faith, and we feel like, am I doing this right? Is anyone here with me? Is anyone doing this with me? And maybe you have people in your life who you've brought to faith because you've shared the gospel with them, you've shared the truth with them, much like Paul to the Thessalonians. But unfortunately, you haven't been there with them on the day-to-day, like Paul with the Thessalonians. Write them a letter of encouragement. Send them a text message, a Facebook message, whatever it might be, just something to let them know how their faith, their continued pursuit of Christ encourages you in your own faith. And I really believe that that will make a difference in their walk with Jesus. And I think it'll make a difference in your walk with Jesus too. So that's what I'm learning. I'd love to hear what you're learning. And let me know in the comments. And also subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet.